your revenge, sir?
Don't tell me you're surprised. Of course my vengeance must be satisfied. I won't rest until both those super simians are vanquished. They'll pay for what they did to me, and they'll pay in blood!
Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of Dragon Ball Super Review. As most of you guys know by now, Freiza is making a comeback in Dragon Ball Super in the Universal Tournament arc. This is going to be interesting to see what happens in that arc. He should be first reintroduced in Dragon Ball episode Super 93, where Goku goes out his way to find a replacement for Majin Buu so that Frieza can be that 10th member. And should be interesting to see what happens, what the reaction of the team is, etc. But before we get into that prediction, let's first take a step back and see a mini history of Frieza. So Frieza in Dragon Ball Chapter 247 in 1989 made his debut. In the title Dark Clouds Swirl Over Planet Namek. That was when Frieza first made his grand appearance, which was on Planet Namek when Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma were there looking for the Namek Dragon Balls. Frieza's personality is very interesting because he comes off as a little arrogant, obnoxious, calculated, and sometimes evil genius. And this is pretty much seen as his fear of the Saiyans one day rising up to destroy him. So instead of him worrying, getting depressed or stressed about it, he decides to destroy Planet Vegeta, hoping that that will pretty much kill off the philosophy of Saiyans one day coming to kill him. And this gets really interesting because, in a way, when he was on Planet Namek fighting Goku, he actually, in a way, indirectly, by killing Vegeta, turned Goku with so much rage into Super Saiyan for the first time. And before we even get to that battle between him and Goku, Frieza has technically four forms. The reason I say technically because he does have a fifth form, which is the golden form he has in Resurrection F, and him being recorded to this new Universal tournament, he could maybe have a new form. We don't know yet. So we're just gonna wait and see what happens. So he has four forms, and it's interesting because his first form is not that huge, but as he goes through 2 to 3, he becomes a lot more huger, more bigger, and then finally his fourth form, which looks the least menacing out of all of them, is actually his strongest. Kind of a little play on Akira Toriyama's not every bad guy has to be big, but can be small. And some of his downfalls for Frieza is once again when he fought Goku, he pretty much in a way indirectly got Goku to become Super Saiyan on Planet Namek, and hence he could have destroyed Goku, but he didn't. And even when he blew up the planet, hoping that he escaped, and then later on, without him being fully training or fully top notch, decided to first thing that he decided off the Planet Namek when his dad found him, put him back together was, hey, let me go back to Earth and fight Goku and destroy this stupid Saiyan. And that's when he ran into Trunks, of course. And Trunks, that was the epic episode where we first got introduced to Future Trunks, where Future Trunks pretty much destroyed Frieza and his dad.
Just as I suspected, my skills have grown a bit rusty around the edges. It seems I may need to wait a tad longer before exacting my sweet revenge.
The second time we see Frieza is in Dragon Ball Super Resurrection of F movie or series, where pretty much he tried out his power level and then he saw maybe he does need to, for the first time ever, train a little bit. And once he trained, he got this golden form. Instead of him learning it or learning the stamina or mastering it, first thing he said was, hey, let me go to Earth and fight the stupid Saiyans. Not knowing that Goku and Vegeta have actually achieved Super Saiyan God mode or Super Saiyan Blue. Even though he was on par with them, he still lacked the stamina, the endurance element of things, where he was losing energy fast. So hence, he once again was defeated at the hands of Goku thanks to Whiz's ability to travel back in time, because Frieza once again is like, hey, I'm outmatched. Let me destroy the planet and take everybody else with me. And this is interesting because he He's a very smart man, but I feel like if he trained more, if he pushed himself more, actually not miscalculate his opponent, but actually decide I'm gonna go all out and destroy them, he might been a really good villain. But going back to the start of the video of him being in reintroducing Dragon Ball Super, which is still kind of cliche in a say because out of all the villains we had in Dragon Ball Z, Cell, Boo, and Frieza, Cell, of course, I'm being a little biased, is my favorite. Frieza was iconic because he was the one that pushed Goku to become Super Saiyan. He was the one that when we saw when Trunks came, he was the one that came back in the Golden Form to fight pretty much Vegeta and Goku. So seeing him in this tournament should be interesting because is he gonna be a good guy? Is he gonna be a bad guy? Is he what promises will Goku make for Frieza to be part of that team, or can he be the surprise person that actually helps him win the Universal Tournament? It should be interesting to see. I want to throw a prediction out there. I'm gonna say Frieza will have a new transformation. I don't know what it will be, but he has to. Looking at how some of the universe are structured, looking at how things are structured, I feel like he will have a new form and he might help him win a couple of battles. And then at the end, his arrogance might try to do, which is try to kill Goku or something of that nature. But it should be interesting to see what happens. I'm really psyched. Episode 93 should be coming out soon. And then as we gear into the tournament, we'll see what happens. Yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and hope everybody has a great day.